Nadi. The pranic energy which functions all over the body uses some specific channels through which it moves. These channels or passages are known as nadis. According to the ancient scriptures, there is not a single part in the human body which has not been traversed through or connected with any of the nadis. There is a network of the nadis all over the body. Amongst the thousands of them, Ida, Pingala and Sushumna are considered as the three most important nadis. There is an extensive description of three nadis in the yogic literature, but here we will try to get acquainted with their salient features alone. A. Ida Nadi. This nadi originates from the left side of the base of the spine, and while traversing upward in a spiral way, reaches the roof of the left nostril. Ida Nadi primarily controls all those activities which are anabolic or constructive in nature, which conserve the energy and give cooling effect to the body. This nadi is symbolically equated with the female aspect, is ascribed the blue color, and is being governed by the moon as its presiding deity. B. Pingala Nadi. This nadi arises from the right side of the base of the spine, and while traversing upward in the spiral way reaches the roof of the right nostril. Pingala Nadi primarily controls all those activities which are catabolic or destructive in nature, which consume the energy and generate the heat in the body. This nadi is symbolically equated with the male aspect, is ascribed the red color, and is considered as being governed by the sun as its presiding deity. C. Sushumna Nadi. This nadi also arises from the base of the spine and traverses up along the midline between Ida and Pingala nadis. It reaches the opening in the base of the skull and through it, the brain itself. It is ascribed the white color and as being governed by Agni, fire, as its presiding deity. In normal circumstances this central channel, Madhyaptha, remains inactive and the prana shakti does not operate through it. But when through the yogic practices, the functions governed by the Ida and Pingala nadis are brought in absolute harmony, and when they begin to function as an integrated whole, without any disturbance or obstruction, the subtler aspect of the pranic energy as gets freed from the botheration of maintaining these activities, start operating through the Sushumna Nadi. As the Sushumna Nadi gets activated and the pranic energy starts flowing upward, it slowly throws open the entirely new dimension of experience which is not limited by the concept of time and space. The rising of prana through the activated Sushumna Nadi is known as the awakening of Kundalini Shakti. We can understand the concept of nadis by comparing it with the pathways in the air, which the aeroplanes have to follow. Though these pathways in the space of the sky are precise, and the aeroplane have to abide by the specific traffic rules as they steer their way on it, they cannot be shown in the material form. In the same way, prana follows the specific pathway called nadis, which can be felt in the form of subtle internal sensations but cannot be shown in the form of some objective structure. It is not surprising, therefore, that there seems to be a lot of variation in the description about the location and the layout of these nadis in the yogic literature. Some authorities describe that all of these nadis arise from the base of the spine and from their spread all over the body, while others give the location of their origin either as the area just behind the navel region, or at the level of the heart, or even inside the skull cavity out of the brain. Amongst the various descriptions, the one given in the Shiva Samhita is quite interesting as it agrees to a large extent with the modern anatomical description of the brain and the spinal cord. It says that there is a 1,000-petal lotus called Sahasrara, prominently placed under the roof of the skull. In the bulbous root of the lotus, there is a place of origin called Yoni, looking downwards. The hollow root of the Sushumna originates there and extends down up to the Muladhara chakra at the base of the spine. It further mentions that all the nadis are like lotus fibers running downwards from the skull and are supported by the spinal column. Thus it might be possible to say that these nadis, and some vital nodal or junctional points on the pathway of these nadis, called chakra, could be the same as the brain, spinal cord, and various nerves including those belonging to autonomic nervous system. But this is at best a conjuncture. As for the yogis, the knowledge of the nadis arose essentially out of the awareness of internal sensations, and not so much out of the dissection of the human body. It has been the aim of the pranayama that through its practice one should become aware of the whole network of the nadis and functioning of the prana through them, thereby gaining an ability to regulate the whole activity of prana.